Exodus 14:14, the Lord shall fight for you and ye shall hold your peace. You may have also heard, hold your peace and let the Lord fight your battles. These are the words that were spoken by Moses to the children of Israel. Here is why. The children of Israel were at the time in a bad spot, which is an understatement. Pharaoh and the Egyptian army were approaching, ready to capture them and take them back to Egypt as slaves. And in front of them was the Red Sea. Now, imagine, if you will, hundreds of thousands, and I think it may have been millions of people here in this wilderness area, and before them is the sea and behind them is the army. They are literally stuck between an army and a sea, a rock and a hard spot, and there is no way out. It appears that it is over for them and they do not know what to do. So they do what we all know how to do and what we will do in situations when we feel stuck and trapped and frustrated, and that is to complain. They get upset with the one that they believe is the reason for their problem that they are facing, and that is Moses. He has to hear from them things like, why did you bring us out here? We could have stayed in Egypt. We would rather be slaves than die out here. Blah, 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 blah. Now, do you want to know why they're really out there? Because it's not Moses. Verses 1-4 of chapter 14, we learn that the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, tell the sons of Israel to turn back and camp before Pi-haroth, between Migdal and the sea. You shall camp in front of Baal-zephon, opposite it by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the sons of Israel, they are wandering aimlessly in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. Thus I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he will chase after them, and I will be honored through Pharaoh and all his army, and the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord. And they did so. God is the reason they are in that particular spot in the wilderness. God is the reason that the Red Sea is before them, and he is the reason that army of Pharaoh is coming after them, because he hardened his heart. They are in this life-threatening position because of the Lord. And they don't know what to do. And even if they had a plan, it's not going to work against an enemy of the size and the magnitude of the Egyptian army. So let's see, what do they do? In scripture, verse 13, Moses says unto the people, fear ye not, stand still. Stand still. That doesn't sound like a good plan at all, Moses. We got the Egyptian army behind us, but Moses is not through. He says, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. Okay. The Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Okay. So this is the Lord's battle. That's why we don't need to do anything. And that is not easy for a human being to hear. It is not easy for us to hold our peace, okay, to be silent, to do nothing, even when we can't do anything. It's not easy for us to just stay silent, not complain, especially when we feel like it's not our fault that we're in this situation, and we're going to want to do something when we see an enemy is coming to take us out, whatever that is, be it a sickness, be it a issue or a problem that we're up against. When we don't have any exit, we are frustrated, we're scared, we are going to try to figure it out and try to do something to help out our situation. However, we're learning here that the battle is fixed. Okay, it was set up in the beginning by God, and it is not your battle. It is the Lord's, and he does not need your help or your assistance in order for him to secure the W. He's going to get the win. And only thing that he needs you to do is whatever he tells you to do, which in this case, he tells them in verse 15, why are you crying out to me? Tell the sons of Israel to go forward As for you, lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the sons of Israel shall go through the midst of the sea on dry land. As for me, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians so that they will go in after them. And I will be honored through Pharaoh and his army, through his chariots and his horsemen. Then the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord, when I am honored through Pharaoh, through his chariots and his horsemen. They are to go forward. That's your responsibility. Everybody has a part to do. Tell them to go forward. You lift your staff, and I am going to harden the hearts of Pharaoh and his army, and then I'm going to be honored because I'm going to take care of this once and for all. We all got a job to do. Start with you, Moses. Moses does what he's supposed to do. He lifts the staff. He parts the Red Sea. The children of Israel do what they're supposed to do. They walk through on dry land. And God does what he said he was going to do, which is harden the hearts. They're coming after them as they're walking through on this path that God has created, which I'm sure is still terrifying and scary. However, God finishes up his responsibility, which is to take care of the Egyptians and Pharaoh once and for all. And the children of Israel get to see their problem done, finished, finito. Okay. All because the Lord fought this battle. If they would have tried to do what they want to do, they'd be back in Egypt as slaves. If they would have tried to fight, with swords or whatever weapons that they had, they would have lost lives. They probably would have been conquered. If they'd have just tried to make a run for it into the Red Sea, they would have lost lives. But doing it God's way provided a victory, a undecidedly victory, a fight you will never have to fight again. Because God fixed this fight. He set this fight up. Then he won this fight once and for all. So whatever you're facing, when you're in these situations and these predicaments and you don't even know how you got here, I don't know how to fix it. There's nothing I can do about it. Do whatever he tells you to do. And if he ain't said to do anything, then hold your peace. And let the Lord fight your battles. And he's going to get you the W.